Stephen Boss said there would be no Twitch without you. What did he give you? He gave me the validation that I was doing the right thing. And Twitch always made me feel like whatever I said to him that day helped. And I promise you, I've searched my phone to try to see how he called Danny's always something that is hard to talk about. But it's the hardest to discuss when you don't see it coming and you wonder why things went so wrong. Such was the case with Steve Twitch Boss, the famous host, DJ and dancer who took his own life earlier this month. His death sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment world as people asked for answers and wonder what led to this decision by him in the aftermath. We're hearing more details and testimony from those close to him, and it continues to paint a confusing picture of a man who seemed to be happy. We'll break it down for you. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for Death of a Friend. Obviously, there were many people who reacted to the death of Stephen Boss, and many of them praised the man they knew. Let's start with the first reactions from his death. His wife. It is with the heaviest of hearts that I have to share. My husband Stephen has left us. Allison Holker Boss confirmed in a statement. Stephen lit up every room he stepped into. He valued family, friends, and community above all else, and leading with love and light was everything to him. He was the backbone of our family, the best husband and father, and an inspiration to his fans. To say he left a legacy would be an understatement, and his positive impact will continue to be felt. She continued, I am certain there won't be a day that goes by that we won't honor his memory. We asked for privacy during this difficult time for myself and especially our 3 children. Closing her statement, Allison shared a message for her husband. Stephen, we love you. We miss you, and I will always save the last dance for you. She concluded, one can only imagine what she's going through currently on the day around his death. She was adamant with cops that something was wrong because he'd left home without warning and stopped all communication. She noted to them that he was not the kind of guy to do this, and that was what raised alarm bells for her. Unfortunately, her intuition was correct. He was found in a motel 1 mile from his home. TMZ talked with motel staffers who say he didn't appear to be in any sort of distress and wasn't visibly upset about anything. They were then old. The 40-year-old had a small bag with him and had booked the room for only 1 night. It was on that Tuesday when Twitch missed his checkout and employees went to his room, where they found him deceased in the bathroom. As many struggle to understand what happened, arguably the people hardest hit were not only his wife, but his parents and grandparents. 3 of the family? It's not hard to see why his parents are in pain right now. They're grappling with the sudden absence of someone essential to their lives. Bad loss is made even greater by the manner in which he died. As remembrances and tributes continue to come in for the Ellen DeGeneres Show DJ, to which his mother, County Boss Alexander, took to social media to thank supporters for their prayers. In a post on her Instagram stories, family and friends, thank you for all the love, prayers, and encouragement, she wrote. Please know I see all the messages, texts, posts, and the phone calls. I can't use words right now. Please know I will reach out when I can. Please continue to keep us in prayer. Stephen Laurel, your mother loves you to eternity and beyond. The So You Think You Can Dance. Star's grandfather Eddie Boss revealed details about his final conversation with Twitch to the Daily Mail and described his grandson's spirit and personality. We spoke as recently as Saturday. On more than one occasion, Eddie told the Daily Mail he was the same happy-go-lucky person that he's always been and had no indication that anything was out of the ordinary. Eddie thought the word of his grandson, calling him a very humble, generous person. He brought light into everybody's lives. He said, "We're completely devastated right now. All I can say is he was a beautiful person that contributed so much to this world and to everyone he met in a positive way." He added, "We miss him dearly and we're hurting tremendously." While this is a heartbreaking loss for his family, it is comforting to know that Twitch's final message to his grandfather was one of love. Every word has meaning. His last words to me were a simple text that says, "I love you, Dad." "Dad?" Eddie said. "Our question is why? Where did it come from?" That, sadly, is the question, and it's not one we can answer. Something drove him to do what he did that Monday. Tuesday. It was not a random thought. It was something more, something deeper, something emotional. That's why many are wondering what happened in his mind and in his heart that would lead him to do this, that would lead him to leave his wife and children behind, to leave behind a career that he clearly loved and the family and friends who loved him back. One of whom spoke out recently and praised all the tributes the boss was getting to the producer. Andy Lesnar was a producer on the Ellen DeGeneres show and was close with Twitch. He was more than happy to see all the tributes that had gone out to the man. So many people on social media are posting pictures of themselves with Twitch. The former producer shared with Instagram on Friday, December the 16th, talking about their close friendships with him, talking about the text they exchanged with him just last week, talking about the conversation they once had with him. The thing is, it's all true. It's all real. Lesnar continued, those who knew him are not trying to make this tragedy about themselves. They are just trying to convey to you who Twitch was. He made everything about you. Lesnar continued in his tribute on Friday. He made you feel like the most important person in the world. And he did this for everybody, not just the people he needed or that were important. He did it for everybody. It doesn't sound real, but it is. All of it. He explained that boss was everyone's friend prior to his death. He really did care for every single person who worked at the show and everyone in his life. And the thing is, if you met him just once, you felt that feeling, that light. That's why I think you and I are hurting. Because we all counted on him. He was our flame, our joy, our dancer. Lesnar said he was also willing to admit that he didn't see this coming and that we might never know the truth about what caused boss to do the deed. There was a heavy burden that none of us realized he was carrying, Lesnar continued. He must have been so tired. But we didn't know because he never wanted it to be about him. Ever. So now we can either spend all of our time wondering why and how, and never being satisfied with the answers we imagine, or we can focus on being grateful for the gift he gave us by allowing us to take light from his flame. The thing is, that light still burns in us. All of us. Let's try and share that light with the people we love. It's really all we can do. And that's enough. It's more than enough. Many saw his post and liked it and commented about how they're going to honor boss and treasure the memories of the man they knew, which is a very wholesome thing. To hear one how to make this a turning point. Many often wonder what they can do after a death like this. And the answer, ironically, is very simple. You can work to try to prevent this from happening in your own life via the people you know. In the world we live in right now, everyone is hurting. Some people, like boss, do all they can to hide it, but eventually it catches up to them. We need to do better as people and as a society to ensure that people who are struggling get the help they need and to receive the support they deserve. So if you think even for a second that someone might be going through dark times and have dark thoughts, please reach out to them and help them. And there you have it, everyone. And look at what happened with Steven Twitch boss and how many are still reacting to his death. How did you feel when you first heard about the passing about boss? Were you surprised by how many celebrities and friends reacted to his death online and in other forums? What do you think will be done to further honor his legacy and attempt to stop others from meeting his fate? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time on the channel.